Hey, Barbara Ann, ladies and gentlemen, thanks, I always like Barbara Ann because she talks about being a mother and Mother's Day gifts and all that stuff. Oh, and I pegged my Mother's Day gift this year. I got my mom a bird feeder. You know, I figured it would give her something to do with that pellet gun I got her for her birthday. And sure enough, I call her up. She's out behind the trailer having a good time. Yeah. Oh, this is fun. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, Paso Robles. Man, just like I pictured it. Skyscrapers and everything. Man, I live in the Tascadero. That Tascadero we call Paso Robles, gateway to San Miguel. We drive through here when we go do our shopping, you know, that's driving on up the road. I remember it was like about 4 or 5 weeks ago. I got together with Patty and all the other people here. I said, you know what we should do? We should do a comedy show on New Year's Eve. And they kind of mocked me. They giggled. They said, you can't do a comedy show in Paso Robles. They won't show up. You know, I didn't listen to them, ladies and gentlemen. I went ahead and I wrote those jokes. I came down here and I'm doing those jokes. And nobody's laughing now. Wait a minute, that's probably not a good thing, huh? Anything in particular you guys want to talk about? What's that? Rain? Yeah, Paso Robles, see, I lived here for a while. I lived up here for a while because until December 22nd of last year. What happened on December 22nd? Oh, yeah, we had that earthquake, didn't we? And that was the most bizarre thing because it was like Monday morning at 11:15. I'm laying on the couch because I don't have a job. And, and all of a sudden this earthquake hits and my house jumps up off of its foundation, moves like 2 feet, comes back down. 27 of the 36 posts that hold my house up came crashing up through the floor. Every picture I have falls off the wall. I got 3 TVs and 2 fish tanks come crashing down to the floor. My refrigerator falls over. My bathtub breaks in half. Every window in my house breaks. My wife comes out of the kitchen. She goes, "Did you feel that?" Oh, she's so into herself. I mean, the whole time she's like, "Oh, my house is shaking. Oh, my gas line broke. Oh, I'm on fire. Get me some water. Put me out. Oh, I'm so hot." And then, hey, our refrigerator fell over. My beer was in there. That was a strange earthquake, though, man. Because all of a sudden, just the roads start opening up and the steam's coming out. The whole parking lot over there falls down. The entire town smells like egg salad now. It's like, people in the Tascadero, when you got to fart, you just go to Paso Robles. They don't care anymore. Standing in rounds, go, I'm sorry. Oh, don't worry, we're used to it. We're from Paso Robles. Man, that's fine, no problem. Jeez. You know what I noticed, though? Like, right after the earthquake, everybody got to be so friendly. Oh, man, you're driving along, you know, and you come up to a bridge, everybody would stop. Oh, you go first. Go ahead. He made it. Let's go. Man, 7 million people felt that earthquake. 7 million people from Los Angeles to San Francisco. And don't you know, right before that earthquake hit, somebody's uncle came into the room and said, "Hey, pull my finger." You know what I'm thinking? No disciplinary problems in this house anymore. Oh, God, here comes Uncle Mike. He makes the earthquake. Man. So we had to go shopping for a new house. And after our house got destroyed in the earthquake, so we went down to Avila. Figured, hey, why don't we move? Oh, they fool you in Avila. Oh, because we were down there, it was like right at the beginning of the summertime, and there's a hot dog stand right there, right? So you figure it would be safe to buy a hot dog and sit there and eat it, right? So I buy a hot dog. I'm just sitting there minding my own business, trying to eat my lunch. And those damn seagulls were just flying over me. And they were just dive bombing me. Not just like coming over. They were like way up here doing a logarithmic trajectory turns that were just coming down and landing all around me. And I finally said, wait a minute. I got to get out of here. So I walked down to the beach. And I don't go to the beach very often. I take my shirt off at the beach, and the girls are like, ooh, he's almost translucent. I got fathers going, hey, Bobby, come over here. You put him up next to the son, you can see his internal organs. Look. He's like a great big grown-up guppy. So I said, no, I'm going to walk down the beach a little bit. So I walked down the beach a little bit, and I watched these guys who are doing that spinnaker flying. You know what that is? That's where they take a sailboat, and they put a tourist on the front, and the wind comes along and takes them up in the air. Like there wasn't much wind that day. And there's this big, huge, fat guy from Texas. And I could tell he was from Texas because he had a little bitty Speedo bathing suit with a great big belt buckle on it. And his name was Earl. So the wind would just like barely pick him up. His feet would drag along and splash down. And barely pick him up and bring him over this side and splash down. And I said, hey, that's kind of like fly casting for sharks, isn't it? Look at that. I watched it for a little while. We didn't catch anything. So I walked a little bit farther down the beach. And you know, down the beach over there's a nude beach. I didn't realize this until I got there. I said, hey, this is kind of cool. So, so I dropped my shorts down. I'm just kind of standing there checking out the waves, having a good time. And this lady comes up to me and she goes, from the side, you look like the letter Q. I was like, uppercase or lowercase? Do I have something to brag about? I mean, it's like... So I decided I was going to have some fun myself. So I did that paragliding stuff, where they put you on the back of the speedboat and you get on the parachute and it takes you way up in the air like that. And I was like, oh man, it scared the crap out of me. I was like, wait. And I looked over and I saw this seagull. Just sitting there, minding his own business, trying to eat his lunch. I figured payback time.